Hello?
Is this the world famous from Tuscaloosa Deontay Wilder?
This is he.
Man, I'm so excited that you took time to call us. This is the Wild Bill Show, and we're going, man. We're just right out of the gate. That's how I like it. You know what I'm saying? We just
Right.
We just go with it. How are you doing right now, man?
I'm doing good, man. Just getting through the day with all the stuff that's going on. Getting ready for tomorrow.
Tomorrow is you're defending your title, and it's been one of the longest droughts, I guess you could say, since you've been in the ring. How has that changed your preparation?
No, it hasn't changed my preparation at all. You know, preparation has been good. It's been going as fluently as usual. So, you know, I'm just ready to go. You know, this definitely has been my longest out, but you know, it don't stop nothing.
Don't stop nothing. I like it. I like it, man. You know, I just is there anything when people meet you in Tuscaloosa? What's the most biggest question that you get, being Deontay Wilder and all that comes with being the champ?
When people meet me in Tuscaloosa,
yeah.
Most questions is when is going to be the next fight, of course.
Right.
You know, a lot of people always love to see me fight, and especially here at home, they always ask. When they ask when the next fight, it followed behind when we're gonna have one in Tuscaloosa.
Right.
So that always be the major question. Other than that, you know, just people always want pictures and stuff like that, and they always tell me how they enjoy watching me.
You know, it's so amazing to live in Tuscaloosa and to have someone like you that has just accomplished such great things. To kids that may be listening right now, Deontay, what would you say to kids listening about belief, about hope, about encouragement?
I would tell them that you know, no matter what your situation in life, no matter what your situation is at home, no matter what situation you're in, I would tell them to never give up on your dreams, never give up on hope. If you believe, you can definitely achieve, you know, because when I was young, I had big goals, big dreams. Although my goals and dreams didn't play out as I wanted them to, but God gave me God put me in the position that he gave me talent to do, and that's to be a fighter. But all in all, my thing was to be a professional athlete, and I'm just that, you know. I never gave up on myself. I never gave up on my dreams. I never gave up on when people criticized me and told me I would never amount to them. I wouldn't be nothing. You know, people judge me, and that's what I would tell them. You know, no matter what. I know sometimes it's hard to do things or to believe, especially with kids that are unfortunate to have certain things than other kids, but I tell them right now, because I was one of those kids. But I tell them I pressure and want to tell them to constantly stay focused, stay prayed up, and believe in yourself. If anything, you owe yourself to be successful, not anybody else but yourself.
You know, I'm a huge fan of your boxing. I'm also a huge fan of your words. I mean, you're a guy that speaks it, that lives it, that fights it, both in the ring, outside the ring. And, you know, to hear you say those words about never give up. And, see, it's amazing to me that you would say, I had people in my life that told me I couldn't do it. That amazing. Right. You actually had that, though.
Oh, most definitely. I had people look in my face and tell me I wasn't nothing. Well, they said even they said I wasn't shit and wasn't gonna never be shit. That's what they told me.
They said what now?
Huh?
They said what? They said what to you?
I had one man told me I'm not shit and I won't be shit. You know, and that's something. And I don't want to use those terms, but I want the people to know word by word what was told to me at a young age.
Right.
You know, he looked me in my eyes, and I still remember this man. I still remember his face. I still remember his name. And you should never tell a child that. And, you know, and many other things. You know, some people judge me just because of my skin complexion instead of my character or my action. You know, it's you know, just because, you know, I did get into a lot of fights and stuff like that, but I tell people all the time, I never looked for trouble, but trouble always found me. And, I wasn't the one to shy away from any fight. But, and I wasn't the one to tolerate anybody bullying at all, period. But, those things were told to me. A lot of people didn't think I was going to become an amount to nothing. But one woman in my life for sure, she said I was anointed. She always used to tell my parents, don't whoop him. That boy's going to beat somebody. And that was my grandmother. She saw it before anybody.
Your grandmother, I know, is really, really special in your life. Tell everybody why.
Because my grandma she wasn't the one that disciplined you, really. She wasn't the one that whooped you or put you on punishment. She was more of a teacher. Anything now, I'm not gonna lie. Grandma will pull it out if she has to. but her main thing was to teaching. She was about teaching.
Wow.
And she was very religious. She was always talking about God this and God this, and she only wore one color, and that was white. That she wore, and she was a teacher, man, and all the teaching that she installed in not only just me but my brothers, my cousins, my mothers, my aunts, everybody that would listen, you know what I'm saying? So, she installed a lot of things because when I was younger, I didn't understand some of the things that she would say. But once I became a man and started going and handling issues on my own as a man and having a family and after going through the trenches and after going through all the obstacles in life, I understood when I started going through different things and checking out. I was like, okay, that's what she was talking about. That's what she was talking about. And it plays out right. They say when you're a child, you do childish things, but once you become a man, you put away you think as a man,
right,
and put away childish things. And that's definitely what it was. And man, I'm just so grateful to have a loving and beautiful family, man, and the teaching that I had when I was young, and to make me the man that I am today.
I love when you talk about your grandmother, and I want to ask you this question because everybody's talking about the fight, and it's always a big fight when Deontay's fighting. When you got the belt, everybody's gunning for you. How much does God play a role in the life of Deontay Wilder?
God played 100% role in my life. I don't. As a young kid, I was forced to go to church. Whether I wanted to or not, I had to go. The only way I couldn't go is if I was sick or something like that. Other than that, you was gonna be in church, and you was gonna pay attention. But I'm like I said, I'm thankful for all my teaching. It comes a saying where it's a saying that says you got to believe in something, because if you don't, you'll fall for anything.
Yeah. And
I really believe in that saying, and I just thank God for my religious belief, and the faith that I have is so strong because it brought me out of a lot of situations. It allowed me to see a lot of places, meet a lot of people, identify a lot of faces that I probably would never ever in my life have seen, met, or identified, and I'm so grateful because a lot of some people don't believe in things, and
right.
And I may have people tell me I don't believe in nothing, and I tell them, yeah, you believe in something, it may not be the same thing I believe in, but you believe in something because it's and I'm gonna have people ask me how you believe in something that you can't see. And I tell them you believe in air to breathe, and you can't see that.
Yeah.
We don't even know if it's really called air. We're just going off the scientific motion of that's what somebody said it is called.
Right.
So we just know it's something exists that allow us to inhale something for us to breathe on this earth. So that's a belief in something. And for me, I can only tell people and install in them what have worked for Deontay Wilder. Everything that works for me may not work for somebody else.
Yeah.
Some people just may worship the devil. That may work for them. And if it works, hey, more power to you. But I can only tell people how I've been successful and believing in Christ, believing in my religion, and being a strong man in this world, man. It got me a long way.
I've got a picture of you on our website, 953thebear.com. It's on the Wild Bill blog, and there's a photo of you in your mask. And I mean, you look scary. Tell me about the mask, the why to the mask, because man, the photo that I'm just staring at on a computer screen, and I'm a grown man. I'm like, ooh, I don't want. Tell me about that.
Yeah, the mask, it came about when I was in New Orleans. One day I went to New Orleans for vacation, and I went up in this mask shop, and they had like thousands of masks up in there. And I went, I'm I'm a type of guy. I'm the cheapest guy I know. I'm very
the cheapest guy.
Believe me, I have a lot of nice things, but believe me, I budget my money.
Yeah,
I'm a big saver. I'm a big saver, and I'm definitely I'm limited about what I'm gonna buy and what I want or what I don't want to buy. And I went up in this shop just with a free spirit. I'm not gonna buy nothing. I'm just gonna look around, man. And I kid you not, it's that specific mask that I wear today, it found me instead of me finding it. Something about that mask drawed me to it. And I remember looking over my right shoulder at it. I just looked over. I was on one side of the wall looking at the mask, and I looked at my shoulder. And when I looked on the other side of the wall, I seen it. That was the first thing in sight for me, and I looked at it, and I did a double take. I looked back, I double take. It was like something about that mask drew energy towards me to come to it. I went to it. Out of all the thousands of masks that was in there, and I picked it up. I examined it. I flipped it around. I looked at many angles of it, upside down. I even shifted it a little bit, just to see some of the things won't come off it. And I was like, I put it back. Then I picked it back up. Then I put it back down, and I tried to walk away, but I came back to it. I was like this. I looked at it and I shook my head and I said, "This is the bronze bomber right here."
The bronze bomber. I like it.
This is the bronze bomber. So the first time I wore the mask, and I seen the reaction of my opponent's face because I had my eyes focused in the mask, and I just felt like I was a different person. I wasn't Deontay Wilder no more. I was truly the bronze bomber, and the reaction that he looked at me. From me looking at him with that mask, it was like, oh my God, this guy is crazy. And everything then, that's been a trademark for me.
I love it. The story about the mask. Now, your quote, one of the quotes this week is you say, when you're in the hurt business, you have no choice but to stay focused on the test that lies at hand. Tell me about your test this weekend.
Well, my test is Chris Areola. And a lot of people question me and ask me, and a lot of people stated their own opinion strongly, saying that this guy did not deserve a title fight. And I strongly responded with, I agree, he don't deserve a title fight. But it was a short notice fight, and we was looking for the right opponent to come to my home state and put a great show on for the people here, And right. With the short notice fight, you can only choose so many guys that could fit the description of a short notice fight and be able to sell a ticket along with have a great performance, doing so. That's going to give a great fight. And
absolutely.
When we looked at the list, it was only one guy, one name, and it was Chris Areola for that job. We know whether he was in shape or not, that he was going to come and fight. And that's the reason why we chose Chris Areola.
What do you have to do? What is a must-do for Deontay Wilder to beat Chris?
Well, Deontay Wilder must be Deontay Wilder. We'll have gotten him to 36 and over 35 KOs, and now that's to keep a constant pace and let him fight my fight and not me fight his fight. We know that he's going to try to come and pressure me and try to get all up in close. We understand that. We've seen that many times before, and a lot of guys think that's the remedy of beating me, but many guys have came and many have failed, so that's not it. But we know he's got a heart of a lion. He's going to come. So I must control the fight at all times. I must be creative in the ring. I must establish a jab to keep him at bay. And even when he do come in, I got something for him on that part as well too. But I must stay calm, and most of all, importantly, because I'm in a dangerous sport. People don't understand this is the hurt business, and each and every time I step across those ropes, I'm risking my life in there. So I must have fun in that ring, and with that being said, that's going to lead me to victory.
Hurt business and fun. You can combine the two. The champ, Deontay Wilder.